The Twin Valley Locker Room Show takes you inside Clay Center Tiger football. Twin Valley Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And we're joined now by Riley Griggs, coming off of a touchdown this past weekend and a losing effort at Marysville. I know a tough one for you guys, but I want to get to the good stuff first, Riley. How much fun was it to get out in the open space and look and see green grass in front of you?
Well, I haven't had a touchdown since last year, so it was pretty fun, and I haven't seen that much green grass either, so yeah.
It was fun to watch it happen, too. We said on the air, for those who don't get a chance to go to games, if this guy gets open and can move, forget about it. I mean, one of the fastest guys you're going to find on the Tiger football field. Now let's get to kind of the tough part of Friday night. You guys have a 3-game winning streak snapped at Marysville. Seemed like there were about 2 or 3 plays that if we shore that up, whole different football game. What are the guys working on this week coming off of that loss?
Well, we're working a lot on being more physical this week, speeding practice up, getting on blocks, staying on blocks, wrapping up, stuff like that. We just need to be more physical. So,
as far as Abilene this week, another NCKL matchup, big rivalry game, of course, with the Cowboys. What are the things you guys are making sure I'm sure that things you just talked about, but maybe some things Abilene brings at you?
They're a very big team, just like Marysville was. Very fast, very physical. We just need to focus on the details this week. So, yeah. That would have helped last week as well, but yeah.
Yeah, there were just a few plays. If they don't happen, it would have changed the whole perspective of that football game. Hand me these batons, Eric. Pick those batons up for everybody to see. As you know, Coach Rice has asked the seniors, such a diverse group is the way he's put it, unique, odd sometimes. He has lots of words for you guys, but he really speaks highly of all of you, and especially you, Riley. But tell us about the 2 different batons here from the track.
Okay, so this one is from my middle school years. It's a record-setting baton at the middle school, obviously, and then won league with it, great stuff like that. I never lost this baton. And then this is the one that went with us to state the last 2 years. So 2 years ago, and then this last year we got 6th place. So yeah, it's pretty cool, I think.
Will you keep that baton for a 3rd trip now to state?
Well, it was funny. They told us this year that if this thing gets any more dinged up, we won't be able to use it anymore. So yeah. So we'll see.
All right, well, you can break new ground, too. There's no problem with that. That's a great story, though, to have your name up on any board. And the Bengals, of course, with that first baton, 2 trips to state. Really cool stuff for Riley. Now, we do a thing called Tiger Talk. I told you we talk about who knows what. First question is, last week on Tiger Talk, both Zeb Bloom and Coach Rice brought up AC/DC. I'm sure you're not aware, but Brian Johnson, their lead singer, is turning 69 years old today.
Okay.
So who would you say of the Clay Center Tigers would be the most rock star-like?
Probably Parker Folks. You know, he's just got the hair. You know, he can do the headbang, so I think Parker, yeah.
He's got some rock star attitude, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. All right, number 2, pumpkin season, if you will, since fall is here. You like pumpkin pie?
Love it.
Okay. Cool Whip or no?
Cool Whip.
Okay, very good. And last question is, debates going on. A lot of people paying attention to presidential, vice presidential debates. Who is most likely on your team to A, get in an argument, and B, win that argument?
Adam Ebert, 100%. He'll argue with you about anything.
And does he win?
Always. He won't stop until he wins. So yeah.
You kind of don't want to get in that argument then.
No, you don't. So
it's great stuff. Riley Griggs, you hadn't had a touchdown since last year, so that means you got it going now. You'll keep it going.
Hopefully.
Very good. Riley Griggs with us on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show. Back on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show, powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection, and joined once again by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice. Coming off of a 3-game win streak that gets snapped on the road at Marysville. And I know we talked with Riley a little bit about that ball game. I brought up 3 plays. If 2 of those 3 big plays for Marysville don't happen, the whole scheme and outlook of that football game changes. I know it had to be frustrating not to have the opportunities you went in knowing you probably could have had.
Right, and just, you got to give credit to them. They're very well coached, and they came out and made those plays happen, and that's part of it. But, unfortunately, it just kind of turned it into an uphill battle for us. And I don't know, we got to get back to work, and maybe we haven't been getting after it hard enough and tough enough like we should have, and hopefully we will improve this week.
You mentioned an uphill battle, and it really was from that first big play they had.
Right.
you fall behind 14-0, and then they hit the big play to start the second half. The one thing I will say is you guys never stopped climbing up that hill. You gave yourself chances and chances and chances in that football game.
Yeah, I did, and I'll give the kids a lot of credit. You know, when we went down 21-0 to start the second half, we just kind of rallied back around at halftime and I think gathered ourselves. Then they came out and returned that opening kickoff. And tell you what, our offense came right back with the best drive they had of the game. They scored one more time after that, but I thought our guys continued to pick it up, and just a great sign of the character of our team right there.
The 2 touchdowns you guys score, we talked with Riley. He said he hadn't had one since last year, and he gets to the open field. He said he's never seen that much green grass in front of him. Fun play to see. And then Anthony Atkinson-Enneking, the catch that he made, I had to do a double take and make sure he actually had caught it, and he had. I bring that up because that's just 2 more weapons in this arsenal your offense has. It's got to be fun to see those things happening.
Yeah, it is. You know, and like we've talked about before, a lot of guys can do some different things. And, you know, Cade has just done a great job throwing the ball, distributing it, had pretty good protection in some of those plays. And, you know, Anthony's definitely one of those guys can get into the act. And it was really good to see his performance the other night.
Abilene comes in this Friday, last game before districts, if you can believe that already is here. What concerns you most about the Cowboys?
Just every year it's been their depth. You know, they can almost 2 platoon, and, you know, we've had a lot of years where we're late in the third, into the fourth quarter, and then trying to stay with them for 4 quarters. They're a very physical team. They run the ball well. Defensively, they're very sound, and, you know, year in, year out, schematically, they're tough. So, you know, just being able to finish in the fourth quarter with them, being able to do a good job with our guys, getting them on and off the field, and that's kind of going to be the rallying cry is, can we win the fourth quarter? Because the last 2-3 years we've been right there, and then it's come down to a turnover or, you know, them punching one right in at the end of the game that kind of ends it.
It's a great rivalry, and you're right. It's been right down to that point, and then it seems like it bubbles away, and the score even turns to a scoreboard that's not really indicative of what some of those games have been like against Abilene. Okay, Tiger Talk is here. Maybe you heard me asking Riley these questions. I'm not sure, but we mentioned AC/DC last week. You and Zeb both. Brian Johnson, lead singer, turned 69 today.
Wow.
Who on the Clay Center Tiger football team would you say is most rock star-like?
Oh, boy. I tell you what, I could just see him doing. It would be Jonathan Ledwick. I think he'd play it up. I could see him kind of playing Brian Johnson maybe a little bit.
I like it. Lud, the rock star. Okay, yeah. Very good. Do you like pumpkin pie? It's that pumpkin season.
Yeah, I love it.
Cool Whip or no?
Cool Whip.
Okay, you and Riley both. Okay, debates are on. Everybody's paying attention. Presidential, vice presidential debates. Which Clay Center Tiger, A, gets in the most arguments, and B, wins the most arguments?
We got a lot of guys get in arguments. We have this new twist this year with Coach Casper, and you know, I think he'll stay right in there. So I'd give the new guy a little edge. I'm not saying he wins them, but he thinks he does. So
I can attest. Very, very true. Very good, Coach. I know it was a hiccup last week on the road. You get back at it this week at home against Abilene. Let's go get them.
Yeah, looking forward to being back at the stadium, getting a home crowd, and we had 3 of our last 4 right here. So hopefully we can make some things happen.
It's a fun time of year. District just around the corner, and Abilene this Friday. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you inside Clay Center Tiger football.